Alrighty, it is 3:04 right now. Hello again, my name is Elaine. Thank you all for joining us today. Today's session, we are really happy to have the LA County Department of Public Health to talk about the newest program. It is MEHKO, Micro Enterprise Home Kitchen Operation. Housekeeping items, currently you are on listening mode. And it seems like we have a smaller group today and we encouraging a interactive session. However, let's see how it goes. And I know that the speaker will stop will pausing throughout the session to take questions. And also, if you have any questions, please direct them to the Q&A. And yes, this session will be recorded. And please allow our marketing team at least 1 to 2 weeks to upload new videos. Coming up, we have another session in October. We invited the Public Council, is also a local nonprofit organization, to talk about business entity and formations. So before you're submitting the application to the LA County of Public Health, please be aware that this is a separate process to obtain the MEHKO permit, because business formation and permit and license is a fundamental regardless of you are doing food business or general merchandise. About us, we are a nonprofit organization and I am the business and loan counselor. So if you have any questions regarding startup assistance, permit and license, please reach out to me and our service is free. Before we get started, please be mindful that today's session is solely exclusively for LA County. And I will share the link in the chat box for everyone. So you can enter your zip code to see that if the location or the home kitchen operation is within the LA County. So let me give you these 3 examples. So this morning when I checked the RSVP roster, and I found out that there are a couple people, the zip code is within the Orange County and San Diego County. So if your zip code is 90621, it is in Bonaparte, it consider Orange County. And please reach out to the Orange County Department of Public Health to learn more about the MEHKO program. And I also see someone from out of state as well. And again, this program is solely in California, and this session is solely for LA County. And Long Beach, yes, it is within the Los Angeles County. However, City of Long Beach, they have their own public health. So please reach out to your own city of public health separately regarding the MEHKO program. And again, I will drop the link to the chat box for you as a reference. And let's welcome our first guest speaker today, Lauren. And I will stop share my current screen and share the PDF. And Lauren, please tell us more about this program.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Elaine. Really appreciate being here today. My name is Lauren Wolfer. I am here on behalf of Cook Alliance. We are a nonprofit organization that actually spearheaded the state law that created the MEHKO permit. And we offer a lot of services and technical assistances to MEHKOs and home-based businesses. So our biggest program right now is Cook Academy. This is a free 8-week online education program that teaches essential business skills that are tailored for MEHKOs specifically. So the topics include things like the MEHKO regulations, standard operating procedures, the kind of things that you need to learn to submit your application, as well as business finances, menu pricing, social media and marketing, brand management, and then other business things like getting insurance and business licenses. So this is really kind of a wraparound program, basically to get everyone ready. So as soon as you go through this program, you are ready to get your permit and launch your MEHKO business. And a big part of that is the grant. So each graduate of the Cook Academy will receive a $3,000 grant to start their business. It is tied to getting your permit. And you're also, participants are also eligible for college credit. So if that's something that you're pursuing, it's also kind of worth looking into because there can be a lot of other resources and programs that are available once you're in that college system. So you get up to 3 units of college credit, a $3,000 grant upon completion of this program. And these classes are virtual and they're self-paced. So each week a new class is kind of like opened up. So you kind of take them a week at a time. Now we do have a live orientation session on Zoom, as well as graduation is also on Zoom, and that's live. And then every week there are office hours on Zoom as well. So there is plenty of opportunity to, interact and like ask questions. And it's like, it's online, but it's not like you're just doing this like in isolation. Applications are open right now. We don't have, like they're open on a rolling basis. So you're, welcome to just apply anytime. And that website is listed there on that slide. If you're cookalliance.org/Cook Academy. And we also have our Spanish application is available as well. So you can now apply in Spanish for the Spanish version of Cook Academy, which is going to launch in early January of 2025. And if you have any questions at all, please please feel free to reach out.
Thank you so much. And I will stop sharing, go back to these slides. All right. Okay, so now let's welcome our speaker from the County of Public Health, Mary. Thank you.
Hello,
Okay,
everyone.
let me share my screen.
I'll go ahead and share my screen. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is MEHKO, and I'm from Environmental Health Home-Based Operation Program. Today, we will go over the home-based operation, which is known as MEHKO. We're going to be, in order to be respectful on the time, and the question will be taken at the end of the presentation. Our agenda today will be discussing the requirements and permitting, food safety basics, inspection preparation, routine inspection, reminder of the resources, and the questions will be at the end. Hello, everyone. Department of Economic Opportunity, new career, new business, and grow business will be, I think this part, Elaine, that should be part of the Department of Economic Opportunity.
Yes, Magdi, this is Jim. Yes, this is just some information on our Department of Economic Opportunity. Should people be interested, they do have business resources that you can view on their website. If you go to that website.
No representative from them.
No, we don't have a representative from Department of Economic Opportunity on this meeting. Thank you.
Move. Okay. The objective for our presentation today is learning the part of the presentation. First, discover what is the MEHKO, and then we'll go over the scope of MEHKO, which will include detail on the daily operation and capacity, and discuss how to obtain MEHKO permits. Then this will be including the application submittal, inspection and approval, and the permit issuance. New business model. Will be MEHKO is a new business model. Once the residential has become permitted, they are allowed to operate in a restaurant operation in their home. A MEHKO can be a sit-down restaurant, offer take-out, and deliver of the meals. Daily operation. Now we'll go over the detail of running MEHKO, which is include its requirement and limitation. First up is the daily operation. It is a requirement that the food is prepared, cooked, and served, delivered on the same day. In addition, leftover are not allowed to be served the next day. That should be discarded. Also, MEHKO are allowed to sell meals. These meals may include appetizer, main dishes, dessert, and beverage also. Next up, we'll discuss the capacity of your MEHKO. MEHKO may sell up to 30 meals per day and no more than 90 meals per week, and can earn up to $100,000 annually. Capacity. If you have a MEHKO with a compact mobile food operation, which is a food cart, the maximum meal annually can increase up to 80 meals per day, and the up to 200 meals per week, and the maximum annual earning is $150,000. Advertisement. The rules of advertisement. Your MEHKO may advertise online. In addition, you may also use the Internet Food Service Intermediary, IFSI, to advertise the food for sale. The IFSI may also be used as a way for customers to pay for their food. IFSI need to be registered with the California Department of Public Health and Drug and Branch before they can advertise for MEHKO. And where to apply for IFSI, it will be included later in the presentation on the resources pages. We will provide you with the link and you may actually apply for that. Also, MEHKO may not post or display sign on the outside of the property. It's only online. The food for sale. Food may only be sold directly to consumer. MEHKO is not allowed to use a third-party delivery such as Uber Eats, Postmates, or Grubhub, unless as provided in California and Health and Safety Code. Food is consumed on-site at the MEHKO or off-site if the food is picked up by the customer, or delivery within a safe limit period based on the holding equipment capacity by the MEHKO. Food cannot be sold to a third-party food facility such as a wholesaler or retailer. This is including restaurant or market. Lastly, MEHKO cannot conduct a catering business. Now we will go over the requirement for receiving MEHKO permit. First, you will be submitting the application. Then you will go through an inspection process. And then if everything is approved, you will be issued a permit. The next slide will go over each step in details. Submitting the application. Make sure you have MEHKO checklist with you. The checklist will help get you ready for submitting the document. Submit the application. You will submit the following items: the complete public health permit application for MEHKO, a standard operation procedure SOP with the menu, copy of certified food protection manager certificate, and the food handler card for everyone involved with the handling of food in the MEHKO site. Note that the food handler card may be submitted within 30 days of hiring of the employees. If you are using well water, submit your well water test result. After everything has been submitted, you will schedule a home inspection. The application fee is also will need to be paid. Next, we will provide you more detail of each document. MEHKO Public Health Permit. Application will be available online on November 1st. You will visit our website on this slide for the application. That will be the website here, bit.ly/MEHKO-LA County. Standard operation procedure and menu. The standard operation procedure is also called SOP. The SOP is a document that you will complete to describe how you will operate your MEHKO. The SOP form is located in our MEHKO website. You will submit your SOP along with your menu. All owner of MEHKO operator must obtain a food protection manager certificate. The food protection manager certificate ensures that food from your MEHKO meet health and safety standard. It is also responsibility of MEHKO operator to make sure that employee of food handler follow the food safety procedure. If the operator of the MEHKO plan to have individual assist with the food handling, this include family member, household member, or employee, then proof of the food handler card for each person should be also submitted with your application. A food handler card is required for all who are involved in the preparation, storage, or service of food in a food facility. If the food handler are hired after the application has been submitted, please note that food handler's card should be submitted within 30 days of hire. Also, a MEHKO is allowed one full-time employee for 40 hours, or multiple employees where combined hours do not exceed 40 hours per week. Visit the website on the screen to find an accredited certified food protection manager or food handler training program. This will be ANSI website. Make a note of that link. An approved source of potable water is required for all home kitchen operations. Potable water is defined as, according to the Los Angeles County Plumbing Code, Section 2018.0, water that is satisfactory for drinking, culinary, and domestic purpose. No further action is necessary if the water is provided by the regulated water district or a small water system where water quality analysis is performed on a routine basis to ensure the water supply meet minimum bacteria and chemical standard. A micro-home enterprise kitchen operation, which is MEHKO, owner or operator using a private well, is responsible for making sure that the well water is safe to drink. MEHKO applicants will need to submit test result for nitrate and nitrite and bacteriological water quality as a part of the initial application. Submission, verifying that the water supply meet a minimum transit non-community water system standard, as defined in California Health and Safety Code Section 116-275-0. When you submit all the documents, you will need also to pay the non-refundable, non-transferable fee, initial application fee of $597, and annual fee are $347 for your public health permit. To apply for MEHKO, please submit the application in person to home-based operation program at 5050 Commerce Drive, Baldwin Park. Or you can email the application also to home-based foods at ph.lacounty.gov. For questions, please contact Home-Based Food Operation Program at 626-430-5421. I will add another phone number, which is 626-430-9855 also. Food safety basic. We will discuss the foodborne illness by going over the critical risk factor. Then we will go over the inspection process. During the inspection, the inspector will look for compliance and violation. That will be the food safety basic. Potentially hazardous food, PHFS. What are the potentially hazardous food? Those are the food that require time or temperature control in order to limit the growth of harmful bacteria. Harmful bacteria cause a food to spoil. Preventing or limiting the growth of the bad bacteria will prevent customer from getting sick. Example of potentially hazardous food including meat and dairy products, shell eggs, and cut vegetables, such as tomato, cut fruit, cantaloupe, beans, sprouts, or cooked rice. We will have a guide to food safety in the micro home enterprise operation available on our website in the coming month. This guide lists additional examples of the potentially hazardous food. The guide also includes how to store, cook, and serve potentially hazardous food, as well as other food safety tips. Then please visit the website bit.ly/MEHKO-LA County for more info in the future months. Critical risk factor. Critical risk factor can cause foodborne illness. This risk factor include improper cooking temperature, improper hot or cold holding temperature, using food from unsafe sources, and poor personal health and hygiene. These items will be explained in detail during the violation section. And all those items can cause people of getting sick. How to prepare for MEHKO inspection. Now we will go over that. Perform routine self-inspection by using the MEHKO self-inspection checklist. The checklist is found at our website on this slide. Also, you will want to communicate with the Environmental Health Division, ask them questions. Continue to stay educated on what is required when operating MEHKO. MEHKO education can be found on the California Health and Safety Code website here on this slide. You see that link here. This will be the one for some more training materials. Inspection preparation. Let's continue with discussing the different type of inspection. There are two types of inspection, the initial inspection and routine inspection. An initial inspection is performed when you want to get MEHKO permitted to operate. During the initial inspection, we are looking at the ability of the residents to support MEHKO. A routine inspection is conducted by an inspector every year to ensure that MEHKO is operating in compliance. To prepare for the initial inspection, the operators will complete the permit application, the SOP, menu, and self-inspection list. Before the routine inspection, you will want to prepare by completing the self-inspection and review the SOP. When reviewing the SOP, ensure you are following all details in the document. If any changes in your SOP, you must notify environmental health of these changes within 20 days to reapply for MEHKO. Additionally, for both type of inspection, initial and routine, please review the Center of Disease critical risk factors. These factors are employee hygiene, obtain food from an approved source, the holding and cooking temperature of food, and contaminating equipment. Note, permit approval for both types of inspection may be delayed in the SOP if the SOP and the menu do not match. Inspection preparation. Here are more inspection preparation reminders. You want to make sure that all pits have been placed in an area away from the inspection. You also want to email or call inspector to inform them of the house rules, gate code, construction or remodeling, or anything that may affect your inspection. What to expect? We'll go over what to expect during the inspection. For initial inspection, the kitchen will be assessed based on the health permit, SOP, and menu. For routine inspection, the inspection will assess the kitchen based on the SOP and look for violations. Some of the key items that the inspector looking for during the kitchen inspection, including cleaning and sanitation practice. This include the presence of pet and vermin. Is there hot water or cold water? Does the equipment work properly? And is the equipment suitable for the menu? During routine inspection, the inspector will look for compliance and violations. For initial inspection, this will not be violation, but they will be looked for and in your home potential MEHKO operation areas. Standard operation procedure, SOP. Not following the SOP is a major violation. The standard operation procedure, SOP, that was submitted and approved shall be followed. If the SOP and menu are not followed, this is a violation. Fat, oil, and grease, known as fog, should not be poured down the sink as they can clog drains and cause sewer pipe and septic system to fail. It is recommended to pour fog into glass jar or cans. Fog will be hot, so please allow it to cool before placing it into the trash. Another major violation the inspector will look for during the home kitchen inspection is the food manager certification and the food handler card. The MEHKO operator must have a certified food protection manager certificate, and anyone who handled the food in the operation must have a food handler card. All employees shall stay away from the MEHKO if they have sickness, which can be transmitted through food. These symptoms include stomach illness, sneezing, coughing, runny nose, and discharge from eyes, nose, and mouth. Also, if a food handler is diagnosed with reportable illnesses, please report it to the Department of Public Health Morbidity Unit at 888-397-3993. On the slide is a website that lists the illnesses that need to be reported. So please Make a note of that website to check the list of all those illnesses. Employees who eat and drink must do the following: avoid contaminating food, equipment, utensils, and open single-serve item by taking a break away from the food operation, washing hands after eating and drinking and prior to contact food and equipment, regularly cleaning and sanitizing equipment. MEHKO operation without hand washing facility are a major violation. MEHKO operation must have hand washing facility with sink that has warm water, at least between 100 to 110, soap, and single-use paper towel. At least one toilet is also required to be available for MEHKO customers and employees. It is okay to go through the kitchen to go to the restroom if food and food equipment are protected from contamination. For example, having all food covered and enough space between walk-in bath and to the restroom and the food equipment. Hands that are not properly washed and cleaned are a major violation. The inspectors will make observation on hand washing. If hands are not cleaned properly, this includes fingernails, this is a violation. Also, employees should wash their hands before starting work, handling food, equipment, and utensils, before putting on gloves, in between tasks, and any times hands became dirty. After washing hands, dry it with a single-use paper towel. Do not use a rag or towel for drying hands. MEHKO without hot and cold water will receive a major violation. The inspectors will check the temperature of the water. Hot water shall be available, and the temperature should be always at the minimum 110 degrees Fahrenheit. After the MEHKO has been approved, if hot and cold water is not available at any time, the operator must discontinue operating until the water has been restored. Single-use gloves are required if the food handler has a cut, wound, rash, or hand jewelry, fingernails that are polished or artificially, or fingernails are not being cleaned, smooth, or neatly trimmed. It is required to change gloves as often as hand washing is needed. Only use gloves for one single task, throw away damaged or soiled gloves, or when interruption in food handling happen. Handling food with any of the conditions mentioned will result in a violation. Clean and sanitize regularly. This is include linens, enclosed napkins, equipment, utensil, unwrapped multi-service items such as spoon, forks, and knives. Note that not having sanitizer is a major violation. Next, we will discuss ware washing, because if ware washing is not performed, then this is a major violation. Ware washing is cleaning and sanitizing dishes, utensils, and food contact surfaces of equipment. Dishes need to be washed using first compartment sink method, or one compartment sink method, or two compartment sink method. The dishwasher method is also included in this slide. Let's take a closer look at step number 4. Step 4 is a sanitizing step. This step that cannot be skipped because sanitizing remove bacteria that can cause people to get sick. It's also important to note that to correctly sanitize, you must use the approved sanitizer solution and follow the instruction that the manufacturing provide. If you are using a dishwasher, it must be operated according to the manufacturing operating specification. If you are using a dishwasher that with the temperature that 165 or above, you do not need to use disinfectant spray. If using a dishwasher with a temperature that below 165, finish by spraying and wiping clean dishes with the disinfectant spray or diluted bleach solution. The operate it according to the manufacturing operation specification. Sanitizing. If you do not have a commercial sanitizer, these are the steps of safely sanitize with bleach. Use a regular unscented household bleach that contain 5% to 9% sodium hypochlorite. Follow direction on bleach bottle for preparing the diluted solution. Follow instruction on the bottle for applying bleach to the surface. Wash hand after sanitizing. Make a new solution every day. Bleach solutions are not as effective as sanitizer after 24 hours being mixed with water. Bleach also may damage some countertop. Refer to countertop expertise. If instructions are not included, we'll go over this instruction. Safely sanitize with bleach between processes. If commercial sanitizer are not available, bleach, if instructions are not included, mix 5 tablespoons, which is 1/3 of a cup, or a regular unscented house bleach per gallon of room temperature water. Mix 4 tablespoons of bleach per quart of room temperature water. Leave the solution on surface for at least 1 minute before wiping. Wash hand after sanitize. Wipe with single-use disposable wiping cloths and sanitize solution for spills. Sanitizing food contact surfaces. Sanitizing after handling raw meat, handling raw poultry. It is important to clean and sanitize this area because they are contaminated and can cause foodborne illness. Sanitize between different species of animal origin, like handling food, beef and chicken. Also, in between ready-to-eat food and raw produce, raw meat and ready-to-eat food. Make sure to wash, rinse, and sanitize all food contact surfaces. Incorrect food temperature is another major violation. To prevent foodborne illness, it is necessary to check the temperature of the potentially hazardous food, PHF items. To ensure that PHF items are thoroughly cooked, use food thermometer. Here are the correct temperature that different food should be cooked to. When you check the temperature of the food should be stay at the correct temperature for minimum of 15 seconds. Note that food is prepared, cooked, and served on the same day. You may not reuse the food from the previous day. Poultry here is cooked to 165, ground meat to 155, beef, pork, lamb, seafood, eggs to 145, fruits and vegetables for hot holding 135. In this violation, food should be held at the correct cold and hot food temperature. Cold food should be held at 41 degrees or below. There are correct methods to cool down the food. Food temperature must cool if it's cooked from 135 to 70 degrees within 2 hours, and then cool down from 70 to 41 within 4 hours. Cooling potentially hazardous food by placing food in a shallow pan, separating food into smaller or thinner portions, using rapid cooling equipment, using containers that transfer heat, adding ice as an ingredient, and that's for certain food only, using ice bottle, placing food in an ice bath, and stir it frequently to facilitate all the heat. Correct hot food temperature. In this violation, hot food should be kept at 135 degrees or above. If you want to reheat food that has been cooked and cooled, it must be reheated to 165 within 2 hours. Food must stay at 165 for at least 15 seconds. Additionally, any food that is cooled and reheated must be served on the same day. If you are not using time to track temperature of the food inserted of temperature control, that's the time as public health control, TBHC. If the TBHC or temperature are not used, this is a major violation. Let's go over how to use time instead using temperature as a public health control to prevent foodborne illness. To use time, food may be only kept out for holding temperature for maximum 4 hours. It's important that the document when 4 hours start and when the 4 hours end. Once the 4 hours is over, the food must be thrown away. Make sure to create a log, write down the date, starting time, end time, and disposal time if the food is disposed at the end of the 4 hours. Save the log and file in case of an investigation of foodborne illness. If the food is from an unapproved source or brought from unpermitted food facility, then this is a major violation. You want to buy your food from an approved source and purchase food from permitted food facilities. Operator may need to maintain purchase receipts. An example of an unapproved source of food are game animals. An example of the food that is from facility that is not permitted is food that is made from an approved kitchen. Selling food that is not in good condition or that has been contaminated is a major violation. Buy your food from an approved source and purchase food from permitted food facility. Example of contaminate may include chemical spills, rodent droppings, or insects, or foreign objects, toy, hair, or any other object could be found in the food. Another major violation is using the wrong type of surfaces to prepare food. Food contact surfaces are the surface that food is prepared on or prepared with. For example, including cotton board, rolling pins, cotton blocks, and bakers' table. These are the surfaces should be smooth and easy cleanable and also in good condition. In addition, the material should be made of a hard maple or a wood that is similar. The grain should be close grain wood. Returned food is a violation. As mentioned earlier, customer may eat on site of the MEHKO operation. However, if the food is returned, it cannot be given to another customer. The food must be thrown away. Utilities. It's a major violation to operate MEHKO without utilities. To operate MEHKO, it is required to have gas, electricity, water, and trash cans that are frequently removed from the location so that the odor and other hazardous conditions do not develop, such as conditions that attract rodents and insects. The plumbing system in the bathroom and the kitchen area must be in working order. If there is a sewage backup, the MEHKO operation will be immediately closed. The house shall be free from vermin such as rats, mice, cockroaches, and flies. Pets should be kept out of the approved MEHKO area during the hours of operation. Infestations will result in immediate permit suspension. Advertising and menu disclosure shall be an accurate representation of the food products. If the food product is advertised or disclosed in a way that purposely mislead a buyer, then it is a violation. Example of the food product misleading a customer is mock duck being advertised as a duck, or crab with a K. Crab meat is advertised as crab. Another example, misleading the customers is advertising that the hamburger you sell is plant-based, but it is actually made from cow that has been grass-fed. More advertising and menu disclosure violation including missing or incorrect allergen declaration, allergen list including milk, eggs, fish, crustacean shellfish, tree nuts, peanuts, wheat, and soybean and sesame. Minor violations for the food storage including containers that are not sealed properly or an airtight container to prevent contamination and moisture loss. Containers that are not labeled, for example, the date that it was received and prepared is missing. Food that is stored in an approved area of the MEHKO, such as in the bedroom. Food that is not stored 6 inches above the floor and away from wall is a sturdy container are easy for vermin access and minor cross-contamination issue. For example, raw meat, poultry, and seafood stored on the top shelves may drip juices onto the other food. More minor violation for the food storage, including the first in, first out method. A minor violation occurs if the food that is set to expire first is not used before the newer food. Dry food and cold food should have an expiration date on them. Another minor violation is when dry goods, such as grain, flowers, and canned goods, are not stored in a cool, dry places. For the initial approval and renewal, if there are no major or minor violations, the owner will be notified at the end of the site evaluation if they have been approved. Reminder, initial inspection will not have major or minor violations, but these will be looked for during the routine inspection. The inspection report will be sent by email the next business day, or it will be printed out right away on site. Before the MEHKO permit is issued, an invoice will be generated to pay for the health permit fee. If violations are found, then violation correction are needed. The potential MEHKO operator will need to pay an hourly fee for another site evaluation. Reminder, MEHKO are not allowed to serve or sell raw oysters, produce or sell raw milk, resell food to other facilities, display signage or other outdoor advertising, manufacturing ice cream or dairy products, conduct process that require a hazard analysis critical control point as a plan, serve alcohol or food that contain alcohol without license from California Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control, ABC program, operate as a catering business, use a third-party delivery app such as a Grubhub, Postmate, or Uber Eats. Reminder, environmental health local authority will be contacted if there are complaints about noise, traffic, garbage, odors, sewage, unpermitted operation, vermin, or illegal parking. There is education and funding available through Cook Alliance. Cook Alliance is a nonprofit organization. Their mission is to help support home cooking businesses. Cook Alliance is offering classes that will prepare you to successfully operate an MEHKO. It is an 8-hour classes that you watch online at your own pace. Graduate of these classes will receive $3,000 grant and will earn 3 units of college credit. To find out more about those classes, please visit the website on the slide. Earlier, I mentioned that MEHKO operators may advertise their business with an internet food service intermediary. To do this, the IFSI must register with the California Department of Public Health by filling out this form. To find the form, please visit California Department of Public Health website, and you can access the application through our environmental health MEHKO website also. And that's if you want to advertise it online. In conclusion, we have discussed what is MEHKO. We have also gone over the requirement for submitting an application. In addition, to prepare you for inspection, you know about the basic of the food safety. Lastly, we cover the reminder of what not allowed in MEHKO and the type of complaint that will bring out Environmental Health Division or other authority.